Hey, everybody, and welcome back for more Dicing with Death. So, you've left Mother Ullman behind, you've left Annabelle Redshield behind, you've left Thornwood behind. You're now in Misty Rapids, pondering what it is that is going on. Where are you going? What's happening?
Story of my life. Yeah. So I head back down from the temple after praying to Nadinus with the high priestess, or not the high priestess, the priestess,
Cleric.
the mother.
Yes.
Ullman? Is that her
Mother
name? Mother Ullman?
Ullman. Yes, priests would be brother or sister, clerics are mother or father.
Hmm. And I guess I head back to my house. I think I'm too beat up. I'm probably going to hide from the world for at least a few days.
Okay.
Um,
How
let's
many
think.
days would you like to just pass?
So I think what we said with Lord Song was a week, right? And he's kind of
Right.
expecting me to show up in a week with clairvoyance and clairaudience, I think, unless I
Something like that.
disappoint him and reschedule.
So what do you do?
But I can gain 3 HP per day with
With the
Doctor's help.
doctor if you get complete bed rest. Like you just
Yeah, so I
prop
think
yourself
that's
up
what
in
I'm
bed.
gonna do. How many? So it had been 3 days. I'll probably want to. God, how many HP should I go back to Thornwood with? Who knows what waits for me there? Am I gonna have to fight off her house guards? Is the town guard turned against me now? I don't know. It may even be enough of an offense and a strange enough story. I don't know how that she's having trouble getting. I mean, of course she's got enormous resources, but
Hmm.
I'm kind of glad I went with the leprechaun shtick. That may be a good cover.
But she does know who you are and where you're
Yeah,
from.
yeah, and she even alluded to knowing more than I don't even know what she meant by "I know who you are."
Yes.
Does she know that my name is Georg the Grim?
Who knows? She knows. She knows what she
Um,
knows.
so let's see. Right now I'm at 2 HP out of 15.
So do you park it and
Yeah, I'm
rest up?
parking it for at least a day. I don't know. I don't know how fast we want to fast forward,
We
but
can take
for
it.
now I'm at least doing a day of bed rest.
Okay.
In
Another
the
day passes.
I'm not studying anything. I don't have any books to decipher or. I could take this time to identify.
Hmm.
I have been thinking. The only thing though, I mean, I've got nothing magical except for Carl, which probably is just a +1 dagger, but I could check for more properties. The Amulet of Malchus, I think my 5 properties probably wouldn't tell me anything more than I already know.
Mm-hmm.
So I should save those pearls. Carl's probably not better than a +1 dagger, right? It's not like a +1 dagger of super badass awesomeness. +9 versus ogres. Is it Paris's ogre slaying knife of +9 versus ogres?
Only if you can get me some Cheetos and Mountain Dew.
Damn. No, I got craft beer and kettle chips.
Close
Oh
enough.
my, how I've grown up. All right. Yeah. So while away a day, probably hiding out in my house. Does anyone come? I probably paranoidly check the window shutters from time to time. I mean, I know my door is magically locked, but
Don't you have two doors, a front and a back?
they're both wizard
Okay.
locked.
They're both wizard locked. Alright.
In fact, I probably wizard lock another door while I'm here. If there's an internal door,
There's like
because I've got it memorized and I'm antsy. So at
I
some
think
point,
there's a foot
look.
locker, like a chest at the bottom of
I
your bed.
does my bedroom have a door?
No, no, it's a studio
Oh, okay.
apartment. A
Yeah,
studio house?
I wizard locked my chest where I keep my burned robes, my singed and bloody robes.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, I don't think I mean, I kind of probably just twiddle my thumbs and hide out from the world that day. To return to 5 the next morning. Is that where we want to go to?
Sure.
So I'm now at 5 out of 15.
All right.
Yeah.
That day,
Yeah,
maybe
this is day.
3 hours into the day, a knock comes at your front door.
Like a knock spell. Did they break my wizard lock?
No,
I
no,
get
no.
my quarterstaff ready. Who's there? I go. Do I have like a little peephole I can look through, or
Nope. The doctor always knocks on the door, so it's not unusual. He's been tending to,
Okay.
so.
All right. I call. Okay. I'm gonna assume it's the doctor then, and
Right.
open it.
Ah, it's Annabelle Redshield. She stabs you, you die.
I have 5 HP. Unless she crits, I don't die to her dagger anymore.
Oh, man. She's
You're
got
not
a
the boss of
+9
me.
dagger against wizards, though.
No, wizard slaying knife.
No, it is a servant. It is one of Baron Song's servants, who gives you a stiff bow and says, "My lord, Baron Song would see you now."
Yeah, he would. He's gonna love this journal. So I go and I mount up and I head to see Baron Song.
All right. You ride on over. Takes you a little while to get there.
The servant came on foot or on horse?
The servant came on foot. His servant has to walk back.
Yeah, so I passed the servant on the road.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, eventually
It's
you
been
make...
like 5 days since I've seen him, right? And
Yeah.
there's no way. I guess if they sent a rider to Misty Rapids, like your wizard showed up as a leprechaun and stole my secret diary.
Baron Song is there in his...
Not my fault. She cast a fire trap on it.
You make it back to the keep. You see Kel Greller out there training with men.
Training with men.
Yes.
So while I was in China, one of the songs we went to karaoke, and one of the songs they made me do was YMCA.
Oh, nice. How did you perform?
I don't know. I haven't seen the questionnaires that they passed around to poll the audience.
They polled the
No,
audience?
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Okay.
No, it's like a half dozen, like her family and family friends, but still like Chinese people. Like not totally understand what I'm doing, but like it's a catchy song and there's hand motions. It was this, yeah. Anyways, I don't know why. Yeah, why that popped into my head. You said men, and I thought about the village people. I don't know.
When I say men, you think about village people? Ryan, is there a side to you that came out in China?
I don't. They don't understand all the connotations. So
Yeah.
it was really, yeah. They're like, YMCA, you know that song, right?
Anyway, you
America.
arrive at the keep, at the Mott and Bailey.
Yeah, how's that for a change of mood? It's not appropriate anecdote for Baron Song's keep.
No. But speaking of Mott and Bailey's, I've been playing a lot of Lords of the Realm too lately.
Oh, that game rules. Have you been streaming it?
Yeah.
Damn, that's one of the few games I showed you, I think.
Yes, and I figured out actually how to really play it for realsies, and I'm pretty good at it now. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, you arrive at the Mott and Bailey, and make your way into the entrance hall.
Yeah. Okay.
Baron Song is up on his little throne, and for the first time, you are alone in the audience room with him. Kel Greller is not here. He waits for you to approach.
Song.
And
yes,
I
had not expected to report to you so soon.
I had not expected you to be back so soon. Have you done it? Have you acquired the spells we need?
I have not yet learned these spells. I met with Lord...
Lady? Lord?
Ramdal.
Ramdal the Transmuter?
Who does Ramdal work for, though?
He works for Nina Castilian.
Oh, Castilian. Okay.
Yes.
That's what I don't have. Castilian. Nina?
Nina Castilian. Like the
Anyways,
cat.
I met with the Castilians' Archmage Ramdal. And he agreed to let me peek at his spellbook if I helped him with a little problem in the city.
And you are here now.
Yeah, my investigations led me to some. I was wounded, my lord. This meeting isn't going. I was expecting him to have heard. I don't know. I was expecting him to accuse him. Be like, I got the angriest letter from.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
He's just like, why aren't you working, wizard? I've got 1 HP. I just need to heal. Milk my unicorn.
I forgot about the tortured unicorn.
Yeah.
No. Instead, where are my notes? Okay. Instead, he says, "Well, this is a disappointment, but I have more things I need from you. I guess one cannot expect magic to work at the same pace as muscle. I have need to send messages. Messages whose contents must remain hidden and secret. Do you have a way of encrypting my text messages?"
I don't necessarily have any spells I would suggest to you, but I am myself a cunning linguist. I speak 7 tongues.
The women must love you.
Yes. I'm sure I could devise a cipher. In fact,
I hired you for your magical abilities. Ciphers can be broken.
What is in Ram? Did I fail? Got Moon Rune. I can write runes that only appear under certain lunar conditions. Can you write that on a piece of paper?
Create an invisible mark or rune on any surface.
So I could.
Actually, it's not just by moon. It's by any set of conditions.
Yeah. What does that require? Moon, rune. It does have material components.
A special mixture of pigment.
Okay, so ink. When viewed by an elf at sunset or sunrise. Yeah, so.
The moon rune requires a special mixture of pigment, including mithril filings or powder worth at least 100 GP. Ugh.
Okay, yeah, so I think I'll go into that's. I think that's why my first thought was I could devise a cipher. And then he's like, well, okay. So then I say, well, I do have a spell that could disguise ink to be revealed, to magically disguise ink to only be revealed under the light of the moon or the light of the sun or any set of conditions. Oh, I guess I'll describe the basic workings of the spell to him, but that it's super fucking expensive, and unless his messages are worth their. Yeah, and I say, with all due respect, my lord, magical messages must be worth their weight in. Did you say it's adamantium?
Mithril.
Mithril must have their weight in mithril to warrant the economic expenditure.
He muses.
But if you have a source of mithril, let alone iron.
No, I do not.
That may change the availability of such incantations. For now, I think a simple cipher will do. Are you familiar with the concept?
You don't have Moon Rune as a spell.
Yeah, I do. I think you haven't updated my spells in
Oh.
forever. Like the spell list on Regal Goblins is outdated. I've leveled up and gotten 3rd level spells
Alright.
since then. And
Well, I have no idea what those are supposed to be, so... Do you want to send me
I
your
can
list of
read-
new spells?
Yeah.
We can do it later. We'll do it after the show. But let me update that list for you. I just don't know what they are.
You say this every week.
Every
I
week,
send
and then
you
we
a
never
list of
do it.
spells and all right.
He muses to himself and says,
What did he say when I asked if he understood the concept of a cipher? Because I think I would pull out a piece of parchment and like show him how to like.
Yes, you adjust the letters by a number. I understand the concepts of a basic cipher.
Okay. Smarter man than I gave him credit for.
I have been...
That's how I keep my spell list. I don't know why it bolded something. Oh. Yeah.
Well,
whatever.
I hope you would look into other ways, cheaper, more economic ways of doing this. I have many enemies.
Paranoid fuck. Does he have anything he actually wants me to do, or is he just like testing my? I'm just like, yeah, I can cipher a message. You got money, and he's like dodging the original intent.
I will let you decide what he's really up to.
Is there a message you would like me to send for you?
Not as of yet. I am still musing the words. You said you need mithril? 100 gold worth of mithril?
Where did you... Excuse me, a special mixture of pigment. Where did you see the mithril part?
Refresh the spell. I updated it. I was looking at the actual book, because the spell was...
It's with 100
inconclusive.
GP.
Yes.
And that gives you 1 use?
Yes.
I think it's just because mithril is super fucking expensive, right?
Yes. But like identify...
I'll tell him that mithril costs 100 GP.
Yes.
And this is just a single symbol, right?
Yes.
There's also... Let me look at my spell book, or the scrolls that I couldn't decipher.
God.
Or that I couldn't learn.
You've already been given what they are, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God.
There's actually... It's on Regal Goblin. It's under... Characters...
Oh, right, it's Bruce's spellbook.
Yeah, where's Bruce?
I will just link it to you because it's supposed to be secret.
Oh, is that what... Okay.
That's why you probably can't find it. I'll just send it to you in the Skypes.
Is there wizard's... In fact, I think I could re-roll if there is a... Identify now. Look at object. Wizard. No, there's no... There's no like illusory... Wait, what would it be? I've got erase. I can erase messages. Oh, message. Here we go. Oh, but that's like whispering. No, I got nothing. No, so what did he say? I've got... Is there a message he wants me to help him? Oh, and he said no, he's still musing.
Yes.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
What is your plan to acquire the clairaudience and clairvoyance spells from Ramdal?
Well, I pause. What do you know of Lady Redshield in Thornwood?
She has been buying up properties on our borders. She has been expanding her power quite a bit.
I haven't been totally honest about why I'm home. I take a step forward and I reach into my pocket, and I may have stirred up a little bit of trouble in Thornwood, and I slap the diary on the table.
Hmm.
What would you give to gaze upon Lady Redshield in her bedchambers? I say as I slide the diary across the table towards him.
He raises an eyebrow and says, "She is not my sort of woman."
Does he look at the
He
journal?
picks up the
Is he
journal.
impressed?
There's no table, so you just have to hand it to him, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm saying he's probably like trying to grab it, and I'm like holding it back to make time for my speech or whatever.
Right.
My tongue twisting.
He starts to flip through it and makes eye contact with you and says, "How did you acquire this?"
Oh, I didn't. A little leprechaun did. But Lady Redshield knows me.
I see.
I haven't spoken to Randall since, well, but I suspect that the lady is somehow embroiled in the troubles that the transmuter spoke of. You see,
Do not
arcane
bother me with
books
your
are-
details.
Oh,
I am not here to
yes.
micromanage your affairs.
Yes, my lord. Oh,
Is this... He lifts up the journal. Is this going to be a problem? Will we have more enemies at our gates?
let's at least be glad we got to peer behind your enemies' bed curtains before they showed up at our gates.
I will peruse
And-
this.
As I said, 'twas a leprechaun that took it. Might do good to let those rumors be heard in the streets. There were witnesses, I say.
Interesting.
In any case, it was cursed, or blessed as the case may be.
Cursed
Don't
or
worry.
blessed?
A fire trap. Clerical magic, but quite a nasty thing, if you think about it. It was our own... God, I wish I could remember these names better. Mother...
Ullman.
Our own Mother Ullman that set the trap. If I tap or point to the diary, if I'm reading between the lines correctly, the two women are acquainted.
Yes, they are. Mother Ullman was financed by Lady Redshield.
That's right. The tower.
Yes, the tower and the palisade. I did not intervene because it quieted her, but I do not like her dabbling in our affairs.
I nod.
Could you produce a trap like that? I have rooms I need inaccessible to others. Objects that should be shielded.
As I said, this is clerical magic. I can, however, lock and knock upon doors so that only I may enter, or another wizard of comparable power. But this would preclude you from entering.
This magic is more frustrating than I had hoped.
I shrug. That's why you hired the professionals.
Our treasury, small as it may be, does need protection. If you come across anything in your studies that would secure our vast wealth, he says with a little bit of wryness in his voice, let me know. In the meantime, I trust you can finish up these Ramdal affairs. I need to be able to see into our enemies' bedrooms just as well as you.
Satin, I say as I'm leaving. Red? Is it red?
Purple.
Purple? Purple. Purple sounds less sexy than red. I depart.
Okay. There's also a fire trap for wizards.
Is there now?
It is 4th level,
Yikes.
but it looks like it's pretty much identical to the clerical version. Anyway, you exit the keep and back out into the training grounds.
Yeah,
What
I
would you like
retrieve
to
my
do?
horse and leave. Head back to town.
Okay. As you are heading back towards town, you see... This is not the right song. What the hell? Halfway on the way to town, you see another person riding towards the keep, towards the Motte and Bailey. I wouldn't mention it other than the fact that this person has a quarterstaff tucked under one arm and red robes wrapped about him. Gives
Is it
you a
me
slight
from a
nod.
different timeline?
Maybe.
I
You
think
look-
I...
you
Do I
definitely-
intersect paths with this?
Yeah, you're heading opposite directions on the same road.
Mm-hmm.
He gives you a nod as you guys get closer.
I pull aside. Red... Hail! I shout, and pull out of the way. If he doesn't look like he's going to stop me, I'll like turn my horse around and catch up with him and
No, as you go to
ride
stop,
alongside him.
he begins to stop as well.
I don't go to stop. I don't think. I think I pull off to the side of the road to see what he does.
Doesn't that mean you stop?
No, no. I like keep my horse trotting in like the shoulder, or like can two horses pass on this road?
Yeah.
Okay, so I pull off to the side. Does he slow down, or does
He slows down as you say "hail," and he waves his hand in a bit of a wave and slows his horse.
We pull up alongside each other, and I give this guy like a look up, and do I recognize him?
You do not.
Red robes.
Mm-hmm.
Does he strike me as a wizard? Like, it's been a long time. I haven't seen anyone on this continent of the old order.
We don't know if he's from the old order or not.
Mm-hmm.
He nods to you and says, "This is the way to Baron Songs." Yes.
Yes. And you are?
I heard he was looking for a court wizard. I'm here for the job.
How far are we from the keep? Oh God! Why, Neil? How far are we from the keep?
You're maybe a mile.
Yeah, color spray.
You color spray him?
Right in the face.
Oh my god, okay.
Right in the fucking face. Do you roll for initiative or?
Yes, but you catch him by surprise, so you can go ahead.
And let's how did
That is not the reaction I was expecting.
not quite the reaction I was expecting either, but I said it, so.
So it's happening. You win initiative. You surprise him.
I hope he didn't like flesh out the details of this wizard's personality.
He passes his saving throw. He gets a saving throw, right?
Let's check. Damn it! I don't know if I have enough HP for a wizard duel. Maybe that was just a test. Maybe I was
Above
just
the level of the
punking.
spellcaster, and those who are 6th level or 6 hit dice more entitled to saving throw. Oh, so if he's not
So
higher
if
level than
he's
you,
not
or at
fifth-
least 6th level.
All creatures above the level. So if he's not 6th level, I'm level 5. So if he's not 6th level, he doesn't get a save.
Alright, he's struck unconscious immediately.
Yeah.
He and his horse fall off, just collapse to the side.
Oh, the horse too. The horse too.
Maybe your horse as well.
No, I tried to aim it off my horse,
All
but
right.
maybe I.
Sure. He and his horse just topple to the side.
Oh, that was my last color spray. I dismount. Approach. And bind his hands and gag him.
With what do you
and
find?
then I go to see if I can find any check his pockets for ID after that. So, but like, I don't know how many rounds. How many rounds is he out? If he's
2d4. I'll roll that.
for a second, I thought I'm not sure whether to harvest. Chat's shouting for me to harvest his soul, but maybe taking him to Lord Song is a better move. Creatures not allowed. 2d4 rounds. So
I've rolled it for you.
Oh, you've rolled it.
Secret.
so
What do you bind his hands with?
I got 25 feet of silk rope.
Done. You can bind him. You can gag him.
I like hog tie him
Mhm.
and gag him, and then go to like searching his stuff.
On him, you find some component pouches. You find a spell book. You find you find all the things a traveling wizard carries on them. You find some wealth. You find 20 gold and 15 silver, some copper, but I don't think you're tracking copper.
Mm-hmm.
You find a notebook. You find some ink and paper, and a quill, and some pounce, the sandy stuff.
I take a look in the notebook. Is there any indication of who this guy is, or where?
Yeah, when you open the notebook, it says, "Property of Greller the Magnificent."
Greller.
No, like there's already a Sir Kel Greller.
Yeah.
Property of.
You just like that name, don't you?
It's just popped into head. Lori the Magnificent.
Lori.
Yeah.
Lori. I look at this. Is it like a kid?
No, he's a
Probably older than me.
26-year-old man.
Lori the Magnificent.
Yes.
I think I cast a read magic spell and take a look at his spellbook. So I get 5 minutes. So he may wake up in the middle of me rummaging through his spellbook. So do I blow up when I open his spellbook?
No, you're fine.
I only have 5. I think I had 5 HP last time, and I still managed to survive. Okay. So his spellbook is not trapped.
His spellbook. You have 5 minutes. Oh, you can scan all the titles if you would like.
That's what I was going to do.
It has 4 spells.
4.
It has Cantrip, Color Spray, Fire Burst, and Spider Climb.
He knows what color spray is. I take the fuck out of that powdered sand.
All right, you get.
How many colored sands does this?
You have 7 uses of Color Spray now.
It's a poor little level 1 wizard. I like look down at him pitifully. Is he up yet, or is?
No, he's still unconscious.
And the horse? How's the horse doing?
Still unconscious.
I like. I set it up so that the horse won't freak out when it wakes up, or like maybe I drag him a few feet away from it so he doesn't get kicked in the face or something.
Sure.
God, I need. Do I want? I kind of want a cantrip. How long does it take to copy a spell? Oh, I need to read the whole thing. You said there's cantrip.
Cantrip, Color Spray, Fire Burst, Spider Climb.
Yeah, I'm gonna at least borrow the spell book.
Okay. I'm gonna say it takes. We never really fleshed out how long it takes to learn
No,
spells.
I saw in Hardcore Heroes you just torturing poor Malachi.
Yeah, we're gonna do it the same way that we do it there. I've kind of forgotten what that was.
Weeks and weeks to learn a spell.
I think it's D10 days.
You made that
level.
up.
Yeah,
I couldn't find that anywhere in the.
No, it doesn't say.
There's
anywhere.
no mention of it in the books.
Right. So I think it's D10 days per spell level to learn a spell, and that's what we're gonna try and enforce now.
It's shitty, and I might argue that, or pour through other books to see if they have any mention of it.
If you can find a ruling, we can go by that. But since
it really slows down it slows down the pace of the game. So but I guess
But I think it also kind of makes wizards make a little bit more sense. They need to be studying and spending time and yada yada yada. Yeah. And it's pretty easy if you're in most in a like a peaceful place, you could just skip a month and learn a bunch of spells.
Hmm.
And D10 days is on average 5.5 days, so you can get a spell in under a week. First level spell.
Tell me the spells again. It's
Cantrip, Color Spray, Fire Burst, Spider Climb.
cantrip, fire spray, fire burst.
Yes, sir.
I
Fire
like that
Burst.
like blows up a fire.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
creatures within 10 feet of the fire source suffer 1 point of damage per level of the caster to a maximum of 10.
7. Hmm.
What are you going to do with him?
That's what I'm doing. So I am down a lot of stats. I need souls. Like a
Didn't you replenish all your stats with the troll?
no, I tried, but I'm a junkie for these spells.
I love it.
I'm at 8 strength out of 11 and 11 willpower out of 14.
Didn't the troll completely refill your stats when you used it?
It didn't. It gave me 3, but it didn't
3.
get me to full. No, I've
Okay.
used a lot of magic missiles, and I think I used some magic missiles in the troll fight. And like, there may have been a round where I was like bleeding myself to get more magic missiles, like WoW
Okay.
Invisible or something
Right,
like that.
right.
Or WoW in a pocket dimension. I don't know what kind of shit I pulled.
All right, well, you're standing on the side of the road. The horse and man wake up
Mhm.
as you're standing here pondering what to do.
Yeah, basically.
He wakes up gagged to see you looking through his spell book and goes, "Arr!
Lord Song would tear you to pieces, chew you up, and spit you out. Like the hunk of gristle you are.
He needs a kill alien.
So here I am pondering. It's just one. Like, my stats aren't bothering me. I think bringing this guy to Lord Song would probably be more value in the long run. But then again, do I really want to sell Lord Song my replacement? Leverage against me? Do I just bury this man and pretend it never happened?
I don't know. What do you do? He's kicking and struggling. His horse gets up
Mm-hmm.
and starts munching on some grass.
Okay, yeah, as long as the horse is chill.
Horse is chill for now.
Um,
Both the horses just kind of start like, walking around and munching and hanging out and moving about.
Existential crisis. Is he still making a racket?
He's grunting at you occasionally, but he's pretty much screwed. Ooh.
Is he break free?
No.
Do you want a mouthful of magic missiles, boy? No, I'll take him back to Lord Song. Can I hoist him onto his own horse to transport him, or is he gonna?
He's kind of heavy. What's your strength? 8?
Yeah, it's drained to 8. So I'll be like, all right, if you cooperate, we'll go to Lord Song.
He nods.
I try and hoist him back onto his own horse, still
He's
bound.
too heavy, and you hog-tied him. He can't do it. If only he had the mass of a piece of down, you could lift him.
Mwahahaha. Is that only? I think Featherfall only targets me. Oh no, I can touch. Everyone I touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I cast Featherfall.
All right.
And-
You featherfall him and put him on the
And
horse.
myself. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Here, Where is Featherfall? Why is it not coming up? Featherfall. 200 pounds per caster level. Yeah, so I can definitely target him. Or some other creature. Okay, yeah. Cool. So I make him light as a piece of down. How many... Why did you send me knock with 2 asterisks? Did I spell it
Because
wrong?
your spells are asterisked or bolded, and I was trying to figure out how they got bolded.
Oh, they're asterisks if I have them memorized at the moment.
But it would have to be an asterisk before and after in order to bold. So I was trying to figure out how they got bolded.
Oh, because some spell, when I memorize it twice, I put 2 asterisks. So I think it sometimes sees the second one as the start of a bold section or something.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, the one like reduce, enlarge, reduce is memorized, and so gotcha. Okay.
Further follows new material components. Okay, sweet. Yeah, so I hoist him onto the horse, all hog-tied and light. I mount my own, and then I'll like lead his horse with him tied up on it. I probably just he's probably like laid sideways, like belly on horse,
Right.
and I take him back to Lord Song's.
You have a little bit of trouble because he quickly like bops and floats off the horse at the first bump. So eventually you strap him to the horse in an appropriate manner.
Tie him to the horse.
Yeah.
And he's like a little balloon floating above the horse. The whole back.
He's like a kite. Eventually, his weight returns, and you get back to Lord Song.
How far was it back to the keep? You said
Like an hour.
Oh, okay, so 10. Oh wait, 1 round per level. Okay, so the Featherfall doesn't last long. I need to get him in position before. Okay. So eventually, like 5 minutes later, it expires, and
Right. It doesn't
gut
matter.
first onto the back of the horse.
You get him.
For a second, I was thinking of not even using the horse and having him on a string like a balloon,
Flying like a kite.
flying behind. Yeah, exactly.
That'd be fun.
Man. You did it. You turned me evil. You turned Georg evil. But I'll feel a little less bad about it if I turn him over to Lord Song.
You arrive.
Maybe he'll feed me. Maybe he'll say, "Eat the soul."
He doesn't know about your soul eating, though.
No, he doesn't. I think he'd like it though.
Are you going to tell him?
I think he'd like to know that he's got a vampire under his employ.
All right. So you see Kel Crystal
Vampire
at the gate, and as you come in with this man on the horse tied up, she doesn't quite open the gate for you.
I especially since I just left like 20 minutes ago.
Yes. She looks down and goes, because she's on the like wall above, and says, Georg,
No, who's
Carl,
Georg?
Carl, who is this man you
Carl.
bring before us?
I caught a wizard.
What was he doing? Is he a villain?
Kel Crystal. Hold on, Kel.
She's the
Crystal
gatekeeper.
is the gatekeeper of
Yes.
the keep,
Yes.
not the sheriff. What was the sheriff's name? Lydia. Okay,
Lydia.
Kel Lydia was okay.
Right.
Just being a wizard.
Is that an offense these days?
The boy wanted to see Lord Song. Ain't that right?
He nods. She looks over you guys and says, it is my job as gatekeeper to make sure only those we can trust are brought in here. What is the nature of this man?
I cast knock and open the door myself.
Ooh, the gates throw themselves open to her astonishment.
How is knock have components, or is it just spell open, stuck, barred, locked, held, or wizard locked door? It's verbal. No, so I think I feel like the verbal components are kind of just. Are you kidding me? And
Boom.
you know, boom.
Yep. It opens with a blast. You can open up
Do I
gates.
damage the lock, or is it just like I don't really want to damage the property, but it was more.
No, it won't damage the property.
Like I think it like may even like unlock and fly open.
It does not raise barred gates or similar impediments such as portcullis, nor does it affect ropes, vines, and the like. No, that's fine. This is just a gate. This is fine. You can open through it.
It's just like a really big door on the palisade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it
You
just
knock the door down.
it
And,
thunders open, and she
And I
looks
ride up
wide-eyed as you ride in. She hops down off the wall, and tries to run in front of your horse to block your way. You can easily outrun her on your horse if you'd like, though.
I don't. I'm not gonna make a chase scene. Like I'm gonna. Yeah, it'll be casual, but I assume that I'll be like at the Great Hall
Yeah.
by the round's
Well-
end, right?
Kel Greller and all the soldiers nearby have stopped their training,
Okay.
and everyone
so
is
So
staring.
I play it super casual. Like I just walk on in like everything's natural and let Kel Lydia or Kel Lydia, right?
Kel Crystal.
Kel Crystal. Fuck.
It's a lot of them.
Yeah. Kel Crystal. Let her like run down all panicked like and be a crazy person. While I'm just all wizardly and smooth.
Yes.
My prisoner.
One sec.
And I'm planning on just like parking my horses, removing said prisoner, and dragging him before Lord Song. But it sounds like some of these knights may.
No, she hurries up before you in her leather armor and draw and light shield and draws her long sword, pointing it towards the ground, and says, "This is not up for debate. You may not enter without my permission."
I like pull my horse abreast, whatever, and look to her and look to Kel Greller and the men. And I'm not going to act immediately. I'm sort of, I guess I'm like, see if she's, yeah. What are the, how are the others reacting?
Everyone is watching with anticipation, going to see how this showdown of the officials plays out.
God, if I had 15 HP, I'd be so much bolder. I could only sleep for a few more days.
She says again, "Who is this man? What are his crimes? And why have you brought him here?"
He has caused no crimes. But
Why is he bound and gagged?
I'm a little taken aback at like that she's now drawing some line with regard to human rights when there's like a minotaur being bled in her basement. Little does she know.
She probably doesn't even know about that.
He probably doesn't even know.
She waits patiently for your answer. And you're out of color sprays.
I don't want to. I was thinking about reducing her, but I think I'd be better off just talking my way into this, or out of this. Like I said, no one has committed any crimes. I just thought it was suspicious that a wizard would.
That a wizard would come see
his
Lord
Lord
Song? Yes, so
Indeed.
did I, which is why I stopped you, wizard.
And I stopped this one for you. I even shut him up. You know how we wizards can be when we get to talking.
I see your words can open doors. She sheathes her sword.
I think I've like dismounted by this point, and I don't know how close she stopped us to like.
She stopped 15 feet in front of you. I don't know how far.
How much further is that across the yard to the?
That's another 40 feet to the gate, to the keep.
Okay.
She, with her sword sheathed, draws her dagger and walks over towards this guy. And he's hogtied. So his like
Yeah.
feet and hands are behind his back, and he's like riding on
I
his
probably
crotch.
had to lose. I think I had to loosen it up and tie him to the saddle. Okay. So he's probably no longer. His feet and hands are probably tied, but he's like, yeah. It's
So
loosened up enough that he's like hanging
Okay.
on his belly over the saddle.
She comes over, grabs him by his collar, and just drags him off the horse.
So yeah, I'm looking over at. I think I'm looking at Kel Greller for a lot of this.
He's got his arms folded and is
Is he
watching
looking
with
at
interest.
me, looking at the.
He's pretty far from you, so he's just
Yeah,
watching everything, and you see the first time you see a smile across his face. Anyway, she drags this guy off the horse, and cuts the ropes around his mouth to free up his speech, and says to him, "What is this? What is the meaning of this? What is happening?" And he immediately goes, I was on my way here, and that man he cast some spells and knocked me out, and I was unconscious. Then he dragged me and he gagged me, and he left me on the side of the road, and he assaulted me on the road for no reason. I told him I was here because Lord Song was looking for a court wizard, and I wanted the job, and he used a spell on me, a color spray spell. And she looks to him, looks to you, looks back to him, and says, "Well, you have already met the court wizard for Lord Song." And he looks to you with like a, "Oh, whoops," expression. And then she looks back to you and goes, "Why have you taken him prisoner?"
He's not a prisoner, but you wouldn't bring a wild mage in to see your lordship unbound, would you?
We let you in unbound. But I appreciate your discretion. One can never be too careful with these wizards.
I thought his lordship would like to know. And decide the fate of this poor old man.
She grabs him by his hands and hoists him back up to his feet, takes the reins of the horses, and leads them away, leaving you and him here.
Me and who here?
You and the wizard.
Okay, so she goes to take care of the horses.
She goes and moves the horses and goes back to the gate, shuts it, relocks it, looks at the gate with her hands on her hips like, "God, I gotta reinforce this gate somehow."
As I'm walking away, I'm like, "You need a wizard lock spell."
No, that won't even work.
No, yeah. I can open it. You can knock open other wizards' locks, but your own just open for you. That would mean that they couldn't get in. That's what I had. I could wizard lock the treasury so that only I could access it. But
You could wizard lock the gate so they couldn't leave.
All right, so it's been like half an hour, and I'm already going back to Lord Song with this.
Yeah. All right, so he actually is coming out of the keep as you guys are walking and having heard the commotion.
Did knock make a bang? Did it make a loud noise when
it did.
When it went off? Okay, so he probably heard that.
So he's walking through the great hall as you're coming in, and he looks at you and looks at the person you have bound, and
He's not. I think. Okay, I guess his mouth is unbound, so he can speak. So he can. Does he say anything to Lord Song, or does he just let me make the introduction?
Yep.
I found this. Sorry to impose so abruptly. I found this wizard on the way to see you, and thought it best that I make the introduction myself.
Is he a better wizard than you are?
Do you see me tied up and laid before you, my lord?
He asks.
These gifts are rare.
He asks the guy what his purpose is, and what's his name again? Laurie.
Laurie the Magnificent?
Laurie the Magnificent. Doesn't introduce himself as Laurie the Magnificent. He just says, "My name is Laurie. I'm here because I want the job. I didn't know you already had someone." Yada yada yada. Explains it to him, and Baron Song just kind of gives a slight smile and looks to you and says, "If you protect our assets as well as you protect your job, we will be getting along fabulously."
We're alone in his hall at this point?
Yes.
Or is Cogreller, did he follow us in? Or is he still out training?
He's standing outside looking in through the front doors. He's maybe 50 feet away from you. Yeah.
He.
No.
Yeah.
Baron Song turns and walks away, and as he does so, he says, "He is yours. Do as you please with him."
Oh goodness. There's not jail space here, is
There
there?
is.
There is.
There are
Do I-
dungeons. Yep. There's space in the dungeon adjacent to the unicorn. There's also a jail in town.
No, then I'd have to tell Cal Lydia why there's a wizard chained up to it. No, the unicorn dungeons will do nicely. I don't think Georg gotten that dark though.
Maybe this is
What's-
it. Maybe this is what pushes him over the edge.
Yeah, I can't imagine how that scene looks.
Are you?
What's Cal Greller doing during this time?
He's still watching.
Mhm.
The guy, Lord Song, has just walked away, and Greller is still observing. Well within range if something goes wrong and he needs to get involved. Oh, the apprentice hype in chat.
Apprentice.
Or
What do you
soul
have to
harvesting, you know.
Yeah. Do I mentor him or harvest his soul in the name of Malchus? Well, what do you have to say to yourself? Say for yourself. The magnificent.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize this was. I'll leave Misty Rapids and I'll never come back. I can head home. I can mend your clothes. I'm pretty good with a needle. I could teach you some spells.
Yes.
If you just let me have my spell book back, it'll be real easy.
Yes, yes. I've seen your spells. I guess we've got a weird old slave apprentice. I think he gets to live, and I can't throw him in a dungeon. I think I keep him hogtied and no.
Are you gonna make him live with you?
Do I have can I get a personal dungeon installed in my house? No.
If you have the resources, yes.
That was mostly a joke. Mostly. I don't know. I can't bring myself to kill him, and I don't think I need the souls that much. Although I do need to charge
Mr. 8 strength.
invisibility. What's that?
Mr. H strength.
Mr. 8 strength. I need to charge an invisibility.
Why don't we take a break while you figure out
Take
what
a
you want to
break
do,
while
and
I
we'll
have
come
a-
back on the other side and finish up this week's Dicing with Death and figure out what we're going to do with Lori the Magnificent. See you guys on the other side of our break.